there's an ongoing issue about, and report really, about a Russian businessman in Ghana who does not hold an ordinary Ghanaian passport but has a diplomatic Ghanaian passport. He's in the person of Ramazan Kamarov, and apparently we're told that he's also on the list of Interpol. Now, investigations by Anas Aremeyaw Anas had indicated that the legal diplomatic passport had been acquired illegally. Besides, he's not a Ghanaian. He is even not a Ghanaian diplomat in any way. Now, according to the investigations, you just need 4,000 euros to get a
Ghanaian diplomatic passport.
And we're told that the investigator subsequently. We're told that the investigator, that's Anas, had to alert the National Security Office, where BNI personnel were detailed to make sure they confiscated the passport and also arrested him. He's been arraigned before courts and currently he's been represented, of course, by lawyers, etc. But there's a case of fraud to the tune of some $60 million against a gentleman who is said to have defrauded various foreign nationals of some $60 million. What do we make of this? I mean, how come, following the case we had with Nayeli, having a diplomatic passport or not having, etc., and all the explanations that have been given by the Foreign Affairs Minister, we're back to this very point.
See,
a case that has been dismissed outrightly by the Foreign Affairs Minister. That doesn't happen here in Ghana.
See, Roland, that's the point. And then when we talk, people tend to think that you're politicizing these matters. When this Nayeli matter brokered, and then we heard that people had acquired, diplomatic passport to facilitate these nefarious activity. We had all the defenses that the minister in question had put out, had come to rubbish that nothing like that was happening and all that. And today, only to be told that these things are happening. You see, that's the point. And I think that people, some of our sector ministers will have to be to show some humility when these things come up. You see, you don't tend to be quick to defend. What you need to do is to probably do a proper investigation about happenings. I see clearly that this thing is ongoing. It's something that is ongoing because this thing happened not long ago. And then this one has followed it. It tells you that it was happening.
And according to the investigation, we have a number of expatriates in Ghana who are in possession of diplomatic passports. And they are, a concern he's raising, accorded all sorts of diplomatic courtesies.
First of all, I want to congratulate
that you MPs too would have enjoyed.
They are just undermining the cases we are enjoying now. They have to do a proper investigation. You see, we have failed on most fronts. The fight against corruption, we are failing. The fight against...
Who said? We've had judgments, debt commissions set up, etc.
We are indeed failing.
Monies are being retrieved from people who may have acquired them illegally. So how do you make those conclusions? But you continue with your submission.
Illegal mining, our environment is being destroyed, we have no water to drink. If these fundamental things we can't do them, then what's the question I tend to ask, which is justified? What are all these ministers put at the helm of affairs doing? In other jurisdictions, the director of passport should have been fired by now. The director of passport, for even the Nayeli matter, which brokered, the director of passport should have been fired by now. But they are still sitting there. And this thing is going on. Because I'm looking at the time span when the first one brokered and when this one had happened. Within a short time, it means that this thing is being fomented. For all you know, there's some connivance. Because you see, for somebody to do this,
of course,
it is most definite that there's somebody within who are supporting. And let the minister come and tell me I'm lying. Let them come and tell us that we are playing politics and we are lying.
Because you don't acquire legal diplomatic passport on the cheap.
Yes, this thing, the diplomatic passport.
It's not as if it's even forged. This is a legal one.
It is, there's quite a rigorous process to go through to acquire diplomatic passports. And I'm surprised that somebody can just acquire.
What are the processes, you tell me?
I mean, you have to go through some application which is not ordinary.
The minister who approves.
Yes, and there's a minister.
Everybody.
It's the minister who
will
approves.
have to approve whether you qualify first before the process.
So then it raises the credibility of the minister.
I'm coming. I'm telling you all the process. I'm not telling you that. First and foremost,
it raises the credibility of the minister, the sector minister.
Don't jump to conclusion.
I'm not jumping. I'm making a point. I'm speaking unless you are the host.
Well, according to the report,
You are the host.
according to the report, the diplomatic passport has not been forged. It's a legal diplomatic passport, only acquired illegally.
I am saying.
No,
I am saying.
What do you say acquired illegally? What exactly do you mean?
Well, it was not acquired through proper, because a gentleman in the first place doesn't qualify to. So even in that first instance, he doesn't need to hold the diplomatic
So what
passport.
you are trying to say, that who approved for him to get the passport?
But you are telling me the minister finally approved.
I
Indeed,
said
that
that
is
I gave you the process that I remember when the
Ideally.
minister was giving
Ideally.
that when the list comes, she is the one who normally, or the minister, whoever is the minister of foreign affairs.
And I remember that during an Ayele period, she even came to read the number of names,
the process you go through.
how many people
So
were
what
having
I'm saying-
AIDS in Ghana and things like that.
You see, what I'm saying here is that the guy who approved for him to get a passport, but because he was selecting the period, I wanted to know, is it not possible that all this were done within the same period? When did the man have the passport? Were you able to establish
Nope.
the period he had the passport?
Was arrested? No.
Yeah, arrested as if he could have the passport 4 years
yes,
ago, 3 years ago. I think that renewable every 4 years.
Yes, 4 years.
Every 4 years. So
The diplomatic passports.
what I'm saying is that maybe, just like maybe the Nayele case, I don't really know much about that. All of they could have come within the same period. And if that is so, then we need to clean up and look at a kind of auditing of this, because I personally look at, and they also mentioned that the government by concession can give some people some diplomatic passport.
Which people?
That is why I wanted to ask there. Whether they
Are they
include foreign?
Are they honorary citizens?
That's what I didn't know. That's what I'm saying. But she mentioned that the government, by certain concession, can give certain people diploma if they are doing certain job for the state. I remember that was mentioned.
Sure.
But I didn't know which people, as you are saying, whether
So
they
Mr.
should
Ramazan
be,
is part of it.
whether they should be. Oh, I hope you are not doing this. Whether they should be Ghanaians or not Ghanaians. In other words, if you are not a Ghanaian and you are doing some job for the state of God, could you be hold a passport? I don't know that. And if that be the case, it could have been falling in that capacity that maybe those, he's not Ghanaian, but he's doing a job for God, but he has abused what is given to him, could be another factor. And if there's a criminality, they will take it as much as deal with as such, but not to look like government go about, or the ministry go about just issue passport to anybody. And that is why you said that certain expatriates were also holding Ghanaian passport. They may be holding it genuinely due to that clause that certain people who are doing job for Ghanaians may be giving that concession to hold the proper passport. But our case, let's review the concession. Are we giving to genuine people who are the interest of Ghana? For me, that is the issue that we'll be looking at. In the light of what has come out right now, then we need a further investigation. And then we need a further auditing to see that the people that were holding the passport, expatriate, by that concession, are they really, their background, has it been checked properly to know whether they don't have any criminality in their background also before they are giving this and go on. You know, criminals are very difficult to detect. You can't just look at their face and just say that the person is a criminal. People can just come with all kind of this. And then when you give them the concession, later you tell them, especially when they turn out to be foreign, and maybe they think they can give you, lead you to get some loans or something that, or some grant, or some kind of assistance to the government or something like that, and they turn out to be this. It does happen.
What I am saying that, simply put, I am saying that it is difficult for anybody to have access to diplomatic passport without some connivance from within. That is my premises I'm starting from. Now, I'm also saying that the bus stops at the minister's place.
Yeah,
Rightly or wrongly, the bus stops at her end. Indeed, she should look within. And I am personally going to take this matter up because I also hold a diplomatic passport. And then if there is any slur being cast on us, it's affecting even members of parliament. Very soon, you travel with diplomatic passport and you are subjected to all sort of maltreatment because of some stories like this. Okay? So we are going to follow this story with an eagle eye, and I hope that the minister will not, with lightning speed, come to defend again. She'll be humble enough for us to get to the bottom of it. And then they put in measures to avoid a reoccurrence of such a matter. It's just, you know, it holds us as a country in derisive laughter. Internationally, the international community will be laughing at us. This simple thing, we can't do it. It's sad indeed.
Okay, the gentleman, Ramazan, is also wanted in France as well as his home country, Russia. But we're told that we can't deport him to Russia because we don't have any sort of agreement with them as far as that is concerned, deportation of criminals in that respect. So I guess he will have to be tried. The biodata passport page of Mr. Ramazan says that he's a Ghanaian by nationality. His passport number is quoted as GO654472, which was issued to him on 31st January 2014, last year. So that was when it was issued to him.
Last year.
And it's supposed to expire in 2019, yes.
So that's the 4 years then. Last year, 2015, that's 4 years, 4 plus.
Yes, 19. So it was issued to him January last year. And he's a Ghanaian.
I don't want to cast doubt on what the man said. Are you sure that's a diplomatic passport, really?
Oh, it's 4 years.
The passports, yeah, that's 2015.
Yes. No, 2014 to 2019, that's why it ends.
I know government officials.
You said
no, government officials have 4 years because of the tenure of the government. But any other person, I know it's about 2 years.
Really?
Yes, to renewable. But government officials
that is
normally
certain.
Because you
as you said, but I know the government there, because of the tenure of the office, they normally make you 4 years renewable. Like when we came the first time Parliament, we have it.
Should we be concerned?
Yes, of course, naturally. I mean, that's why he raised a very genuine, because, for example, it casts light on all of us. When you are traveling, you can go through any rigorous checking because of somebody that, or maybe people will no more trust our system of working.
You have a diplomatic passport?
Oh yes, I have. I've been holding it for the not this for years, and it has been renewed and go. But sometimes I can still travel with it. I travel with my Ghanaian passport or something like that. But it's a genuine issue. But I think, as I say, maybe all of us will have to call for further investigation into this. And not only investigate this matter, but we need to look at the comprehensive audit of the diplomatic passport system to look at it, whether there are some flaws somewhere. Somebody may be doing something. We may even find out that in the long run, the person who signed this might have forged the signature of, as I say, if there's a connivance within, but have forged the signature of the minister and get away with it. So I believe that, one, we must set up investigation in this particular case. Two, there must need for auditing of the. When I told you, I'm not talking financial auditing. I'm talking of what you call the performance to look at particularly the whole passport area have.
I see. You don't trust. There's lack of trust.
I mean, the whole passport area, when you go there, the way I think they we need to look at it. I went there during the Hajj time, and actually I wasn't impressed the way even we handle the documents and from one state to another and go on. And then within that, that when the passport director, he was interdicted for 1 day, was more here, this and go on. I went to, and I think that we need to look at it. Perhaps the coordination in our system and the way that we linkage in our system to do documentations have a much problem. Like yesterday, one was sad. You look at it in the public accounts, documentation is a big problem in this country. Yes, when auditors can provide documents, I mean, the way we do, I don't know whether it's deliberate. Sometimes they go and they tell the documents are not available. Just in the 2 years to get the documents again to satisfy what is going on. And I think the government should take it, or the state, let's use the word the state.
Your party is in government, so when you're using government, you feel bad. So you say
no, it has gone for long. It's not something just here. I mean, when you talk of the documentations and go
Alaji,
yes.
That's your last word. Thank you.
You see, back to this, we've started a process called the National Identification Exercise. We've pumped in huge sums of money. Now,
we're told it's wrong. The whole process is wrong, so we have to restart.
Personally, I even think that, how do you do national identification when you don't have addresses? I mean, excuse me, how do you go, you don't have street names, name coding systems, name addresses. So you need to going to use PO box?
You need to do
or you are going to say the watcher seller who is sitting near the three landmarks?
No,
let's put fundamentals first.
Please, that was not really the rationale and the reason for the abrupt end of the process.
It's just to have everybody's data, biodata.
Yes. No, what I'm saying, I'm saying that perhaps some of these things could have been avoided.
That we could have had a skeleton and upgraded it.
That is the point.
Okay.
That's the point. And don't forget.
And I remember that was started by the Kufuor administration.
Yes, again, we're pushing money. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah, well, fine.
The government is a continuous process. I'm saying that this government should show a certain will to continue with that national identification exercise.
I'm not saying that even now I have a problem with the naming of the street. You see, when we don't do things right,
in your constituency, have the street been named?
Oh yes, they have been named and they go on. What I'm saying is standard. For example, we have not come to standardization. What constitutes a street? What constitutes a road? What constitutes a parkway? So you go to Teshi or you go to La, and you see what they call a parkway. You go to Teshi is a road. So there's need to be standardization, sitting there, and then the next
major people.
No, this has nothing to do with about people.
The state.
The state started. The next what I'm saying is
people at the state.
Why you see why we are trying to look up institutions working, institutions to work. Then we look at the our people.
You have 30 seconds.
I want to make a passionate appeal to the presidency. The land at Sinsawma Dredge of free the use executive instrument to acquire. The land has been lying fallow for over 30 years. It was acquired for the production of pineapple to feed in some cannery. It was not used for the purpose. Now, by law, they are mandated to revert the land back to the traditional rulers.
What do you have to go there? I think that's it.
The land has been leased, surprisingly, to Caradon, and Nakune Du's Caradon. And we still don't understand. I have petitioned the president personally, and I hope the president will intervene.
Frank, I'm not done praying. He's a member of parliament for Nsawam Idreji. Actually, what he's raising here.
Appeal.
What he's raising here is a very serious issue.
I'm appealing.
And Ibrahim Abubakar Day is a member of parliament for Salaga South. Gentlemen, thanks for joining me today. And thank you also for being with us the last 3 hours, interacting with us on our social network page, Join Us on TV, on Facebook, as well as our Twitter handle, Join Us on TV. We'll call it a morning. Please join us same time tomorrow morning before we close the week. Bye.